In the world of hip-hop, working with legendary producers is often a dream for many artists. But for 2 Chainz, his experience with Dr. Dre was more than just music. It was an insight into creative perfection. 2 Chainz reflects on the moment he first tried rapping for Dre, only for Dre to pause and say, "Bro, I can't understand your dialect." Dre's attention to detail was unmatched, demanding clarity and precise pronunciation down to the final T in a word or the perfect dot on an I. Even when 2 Chainz joked about his overbite, Dre remained firm, making him redo lines just to get the exact tone he envisioned. What stood out most for 2 Chainz wasn't just Dre's perfectionism, it was his relentless work ethic. Every day, Dre would hit the studio and create fully composed songs, complete with instrumentation and skits, often completing 2 or 3 tracks daily. For someone so successful, his drive remained unshaken. Stepping into Dre's studio felt like stepping into a creative fortress. Beyond music, Dre's home left an impression: modern, high-tech, with fingerprint locks, and the kind of flair that resonated with 2 Chainz's own love for interior design. Another big moment came when Dre allowed him to smoke in his studio, something no one else, not even Snoop Dogg, had done there at the time. It was a small gesture, but meant a lot to 2 Chainz, especially after an amusing incident working with Eminem. Eminem's team, ultra cautious, didn't allow smoking inside. They went so far as to put speakers outside so 2 Chainz could smoke and vibe with the beat in the open air. He recalls seeing Eminem approach the studio during a session, only for his team to stop him, concerned about the smoke, while Eminem himself seemed unfazed and ready to engage. When it comes to motivation, 2 Chainz describes himself as self-driven. All he needs is a joint or 2 and a beat. No elaborate setups. He doesn't need crowds or pressure to create. That simplicity feeds into his authenticity, a recurring theme in his reflections, especially when he's asked about working with Drake. Their relationship, he explains, started through Lil Wayne during the I Am Music tour. When Wayne performed their track Duffel Bag Boy and rapped 2 Chainz's verse live, he invited 2 Chainz on tour because the crowd already knew the lyrics. That tour introduced him to Drake, Nicki Minaj, and other rising stars, forming bonds that would shape careers. Meeting Drake early on, they all hit the road together, building camaraderie before Drake fully exploded onto the global scene. As for the infamous rap beefs and shoutouts, 2 Chainz remains unfazed. He acknowledges that Drake once mentioned his name in a track, but insists he has zero emotion about it, neither pride nor concern. He breaks it down with perspective. If Drake mentions your name, some people feel honored. If he doesn't, others feel slighted. 2 Chainz simply doesn't engage in that cycle. To him, being named in a song is just part of the culture. People rhyme 2 Chainz often. He hears his name used plenty of times in tracks, and it never bothers him. Then comes the hot topic of ghostwriting. 2 Chainz firmly states he's never had a ghostwriter, not because he's morally opposed to it, but because his pride and creative integrity won't allow it. Even when someone offers a hook, he'll turn it down if it's not something he wrote himself. "If I didn't come up with it, I won't even say it," he says. For him, every line he's performed has come from within. Yet, despite his strong stance on writing his own material, he acknowledges that other legendary artists like Michael Jackson and Beyoncé have benefited greatly from having writers. They've produced timeless hits through collaboration. So while he respects that process, it's just not for him. He finds personal satisfaction knowing every lyric his fans hear is a reflection of his own thoughts, metaphors, and creativity. He admits he doesn't know if it's the right way or the wrong way to do music, but it's the only way that feels right for him. What shines through all these stories is an image of an artist grounded in authenticity. Whether it's respecting the process of other greats like Dre and Eminem, forming organic relationships with artists like Drake, or upholding his personal values in a world where trends constantly shift, 2 Chainz stays true to himself. He's not chasing clout or validation. He's just doing what feels right in his soul, which, for a lot of fans, is what real artistry is all about. And that's the deeper story behind the music. The studios, the legends, the respect, and the resilience. It all weaves into the journey of an artist who continues to hold his own, no matter the pressure or spotlight. For more stories like this and exclusive deep dives into African and global culture, subscribe to Clock Africa.
The story about Dre, like when you went and Dre and you was trying to rap and he's like, bro, I can't understand your dialect, bro.
Yeah, I told, Dre is a perfectionist. And that's why I guess you would want to be around him, but he is you know what it is? It's like Dre, it's like rap is at a point now where it's like AI. Well, not AI, but it's quicker and faster. Right. And sometimes if the end of a word is not enunciated, it's still taken as like dope because it's a vibe, it's an energy. Dre ain't going for that. He want to hit a T. He want to hit a dot on the I. I said, man, I got an overbite, bro. I can't. Some of this stuff just ain't gonna come through.
Hey, okay, yeah.
And he I think I'm finna just get a couple lines. He stopped me. No, go back and say that one again. But man, I really enjoyed being around Dre because of obviously who he is to the culture and who he is.
Yeah.
And man, and the people around, and just he record every day. Whether he gonna put somebody in, he work hard. He in the studio going hard every day. I'm going there. He playing full songs that he with a whole. Man, all type of instrumentation, a whole skit involved. I'm like, I did this 3 songs a day, so it's cool to know that he's still, musically motivated.
What's it like going to the studio with a Dre? Because like you said, I mean, when it comes to this hip hop, it ain't many bigger than him. I mean, he go back to the NWAs and then he brought it forward.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dre, we got cool quick. He showed me around the house. I'm into interior design. Mm-hmm. So his house so fire. You know what I'm saying? Home got fingerprint. I guess where I got my fingerprint.
That's where you got the fingerprint from.
Man, I get something from there, you know what I mean? He got the fingerprint, but he got the real, like some,
Yeah, you really
got to cut it off and you ain't gonna be, if he ain't there, you dead. So, but he got all this stuff and, then he got a gym, kind of same bond, you know what I mean? And then, I smoke, often, and so his place had never been his studio. He was even saying, like at the time, I don't even know if Snoop had even been over there, but no one had smoked over there. But he said, you know what, Chainz, I'm gonna let you smoke, man, and smoke.
I appreciate it.
I sure appreciate it. Because when I did work with Eminem, I couldn't smoke in there. They put when it was time to work with Eminem, it was actually kind of funny. When it was time to work with Eminem, they put, and this is his people, it's not Eminem. Eminem is somewhere writing. He's not even studying this, but his people are just so concerned with him. They put the speakers outside so I can listen to the beat. So I'm outside, it's a beautiful day in Malibu. I'm just smoking, the speakers outside. So then I come back in to do my verse, and the door is closed, and I'm in the booth smoking, and I see him. I actually see him out there. So I'm like, man, he in here while I'm recording this hard. And so he's about to like come in and say something, and like some of his people were like, no, don't go in there. He's smoking, and M looks like, man, sit the down. Like y'all, like what they? I guess he was thinking like, what do you think I'm about to do? Like, I guess he thinking like, what you? I don't even know if that lets you know the time though. That's a DVD player.
Yeah.
That's a DVD player. Put a DVD in and watch a movie. But I remember them kind of like tripping on him being around, and he was not tripping at all. But other than that, that's basically like all I need for a studio, a couple of joints, you know what I'm saying? I'm self-motivated. I don't need
much.
I don't need much.
I'm not gonna say he was instrumental with Drake. Because Drake has helped a lot of people, and we know what Drake can represent. And you cool with Drake. So how did that relationship start and then you working with him?
Through Wayne, he was with Cash Money. So when I had, when we had the song Double Bad Boys, Wayne was on tour. It was called the I Am Music Tour. And when he went on tour, the first night he went on tour, he rapped my verse to Double Bad Boys on stage, like somebody had like told me in Florida. So I'm calling him like, bro, and he was like, man, you need to come out here because I can't just stop after the hook. People know your verse type stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that was like an indirect invitation to, and when I went on tour with him, I met Drake and a few other people, you know what I'm saying? And Nicki and all of those people. So that was maybe like 08, 09, met them. And you know, we all did a tour together. So that's how those stuff kind of happened.
You, but you was on the song, you like, and I heard you talk about it, you like, I ain't got nothing to do with me. The man put my name in the song, I thought it was cool, but I ain't got nothing with that diss and stuff. Because I guess Drake means a lot to the culture. I mean, Savage has worked with him, you've worked with him. I'm trying to think who else has worked with Drake.